Interval notation. To avoid having to list all members of a set, especially when this is impossible, such as when the set is infinite, we can describe the members of the set. For example, suppose that A is the set of all natural numbers, so that's the counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and we know that that's an infinite set. This says that the set A is all of the natural numbers, starting at 1 and going up. If we consider the set B, B is just the natural numbers from 1 to 7. We could write the set B as B is the set of natural numbers such that it's between 1 and 7. Now you do really need to get used to this notation. It's even worth pausing the video at this point and just looking at this. We're defining a set B, and X we're saying is an element of B. So how do we describe the elements of B? Well, first thing we're saying is that X belongs to the natural numbers. So we know that X is a counting number, 1, 2, 3, and so on forever. But then the colon reads in English as such that. And it gives a further condition on the elements. And in this case, it's saying that the elements are between 1 and 7, including 1 and 7. If we drew that on a number line, we would have the elements indicated. And note that these are natural numbers. So there's nothing between 1 and 2. We're saying it's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, up to 7. Now consider this set. And note the blank circle means -2 not included. The 3 has a filled in circle, so 3 is included. And the line between them indicates that numbers in between, and not just the counting numbers or the integers, are included. That's why there weren't lines between here. We could describe this set as, so the first thing we say is an element of that set is a real number. Then it's between -2 and 3. And note how -2 is not included. This symbol here is just a less than. But 3 is included with a less than or equal to. Look at the diagram. Look at the written description. Another notation that can be used for the same set is interval notation. We could write this set as -2, 3. And note how we have a round bracket on this end. The round bracket means not included, so it's the same as having the less than here. But the square bracket means is included. So you would say for this that this is the real numbers from -2 to 3, not including -2, but including 3. This notation is used for subsets of the real numbers, so we just use this when we're talking about real numbers. Let's look at some more examples though. So here we can see -2 is included and 3 is included. They're both included. So in set notation, we're saying that the elements are real, and between -2 and 3, including -2 and 3. Because they're included, in interval notation, we would have square brackets at both ends. Here -2 is included and -3 is not. So in set notation, the -2 has a less than or equal to, and the 3 just has the less than. In interval notation, we have the square bracket by the -2 and the round bracket with the 3. If we have a set like this, which starts at -2, including -2, and essentially goes on forever, then we know it goes to infinity. In set notation, we would just say that x is a real number such that x is more than or equal to -2. In interval notation, we have a square bracket indicating the -2 is included, but you can never include infinity. Infinity always has a round bracket. Remember, infinity is not a number.